and I've picked up my new 4K projector upgrade. Let's jump straight into it. Don't forget, if you use the video today, there are links in the description below for the best place to get those home cinema products, so make sure you check those out at the end of this video. Hi movie fans, and welcome back to the channel. So in a previous video, I did share the BenQ 4K projector that I bought. I wasn't a fan of that. You got a lot of pixel shifting, and I really wanted a Sony 4K projector. This one came up and it's only got 6 hours on it. So let's jump in and check out what I picked up. Right, so the camera angle's a little bit low at the moment. I'm having issues with the projector screen, which I'll explain in a follow-up video. So I'm going to be ordering a new projector screen. For the moment, we're going to be using this screen that's behind me. I've always liked Sony, and jumping from my Sony VPL-HW65ES, it's been a fantastic projector. We've got to around 1500 hours on there at the moment, and it's been fantastic over the past 10 years. I've absolutely loved it. But everything was being downgraded to 1080p, so I thought it was about time I jumped to 4K. So what we've got is the VPL-VW550ES. This was a £10,000 projector at the time. That equated to $15,000 when this was actually made. This has been stored by the previous owner for around 5 to 6 years, and he reckons he's only got about 6 to 10 hours on it. They moved house, no room for it, and he was looking at building again, getting a cinema room, but yeah, that never happened. And it happens to be the same bloke that I bought the 4K Pioneer over 12 months ago. We've been using the HW65. This is set at roughly 7 meters away. Now, to do that and get that actual 120 inch screen, I couldn't have the screen against the wall. We've got a bulkhead, I think it's 500mm deep, so it's around 2.5 foot, 3 foot, just too far forward. So we need to move that back, and we couldn't do that with the HW65 because it was a 120 inch screen. So the next screen up to that would have been 160 inch at that throw distance. The VPL-VW550ES has got a better throw distance, so it means we can move this 120 screen back for now until the new screen turns up. It is native 4K, 3D compatible as well, so hopefully my 3D glasses will work with it. But he does reckon he's got 2 pairs of 3D glasses included with it. So let's get this unboxed and see the quality and get this thing installed and see what the picture's like. Right, so we've got the instruction manual, disc, the software might need updating, the remote. That looks in reasonably good condition. We've got some Duracell batteries, and it looks like we've got some 3D glasses also. These hopefully are the correct ones for it. They are the Sony ones. These are what I got included with my HW65. I do like them. They are reasonable glasses, but I prefer the Samsung ones just the way they fit. Sony just went sort of cheap with the 3D glasses, unless they were rechargeable ones. What I do like about these glasses also is the fact that that piece is now removable. If you wear glasses, you don't have to have that nose piece. You can actually remove that, and then they don't interfere with your glasses, which is great. So we've got 2 pairs of those, so I can add those to my 3D glass collection. Then we've got UK plug. This did come from the UK. Obviously the guy who had it before was again British, and I had moved to Australia, and this was shipped with him. Now this unit looks way bigger than my HW65. That's quite heavy. So we'll get this on the table and have a look at what condition it's in after 6 years of storage. So unlike my previous Sony, we've got a matte finish. There's a slight mark there. Not sure if this is where the filter goes, but we'll figure that out, what that's actually for, whether that's the bulb replacement. But it's a lot different to my HW65. Obviously it's a 4K projector, and you've got Sony's SXRD chip in there. So the front has got a gloss black finish. I was hoping I could get a white one, but beggars can't be choosers. For what I paid for this, I'm really impressed. Just shame it wasn't white. The lens is adjustable, so it's all motorized as well. So that's what's a big opening here. There's no actual dust in there from what I can see. It has been looked after, obviously stored as he said. Looking at at the vents on the front. It has had minimal use unless he's cleaned it really well. It looks fantastic. Going around to the side, and he obviously updated the buttons. Mine was like a round button to turn it on and off. To the side, we've got our on-off button, we've got our input select button, we've got our menu button, and our lens shift button. I'm not sure what this does. We'll figure that one out when we read the instructions. Looking at the right-hand side, we've got 2 HDMI input. We've got a LAN connection. Any updates, normally you can do those via USB anyway, so they've got a USB connection here, and then we've got the infrared remote in case it's hidden behind something. You can plug in an extra infrared like I've got on mine. With mine, I just pointed at the screen and it reflects back to the projector, so that works really well. So if you've got electric screen like I've got motorized, that will trigger, so when the projector turns on, your screen comes down. And then we've got the old style, I think it's a VGA lead that you can connect here as well. And then looking at the rear, we've just got a matte finish. I just wish it was gloss. That's the only thing I do regret. Thing is, at least with matte, it's not going to get scratched from a dust in it. Because we're using it off the ceiling, we're going to have to flip it over and fit the brackets off my old projector. So to fit the new 4K projector, we're going to have to remove the old one. And as you can see, the mounting bracket is on there already. This is pretty easy to remove. So just get some step ladders and start removing my previous Sony HW65. The issue I've got is the other projector is like huge compared to this. I think it's about an extra 100mm wide either side, so around 4 inches wider both sides. With the other one, I will put a blanket on this top step, but this is heavy, but not as heavy as that one. So it's just 3 Phillips screws and 3 spacers. I won't use a rattle gun because I don't want it rattling the projector itself. These aren't tight, so just loosen them off. And then we'll just fit this in the reverse on the new one. So we'll get this all cleaned before I box it up, or we use it in the games room. Right, so installing your bracket on your Sony projector is pretty simple, and that's why I like the original Sony brackets, because they line up perfectly. There's no adjustment in height. Just put these 3 in there. These actually, yep, bolts should fit, which they do. So just tighten these up. So I'll get the step set up with a blanket on top. I can rest when I get it onto the top of it, and then we'll get it fitted in situ. We're in. So what I like to do when I line it up as well, with the left to right adjustment, I normally centralise it and then centralise this on the screen and then lock it off at that, and then just level it up as well. With our bracket here, we've got 2 screws that hold it up. So we're going to move this back against the coving, but we'll measure off the wall to the centre of these screws, and it should be in the same position because there should be a stud running straight across, straight around the back of the bulkhead. Right, so we've moved the brackets back to the wall, so it's time to get this projection screen back up. Right, so we've got that adjusted now. Didn't have the camera centralised before. Set up for 16.9 inch screen, which is great. The previous owner used it as 2.35. I'm not a fan of 2.35 because I don't like the black bars at the side. I'd rather have them top and bottom. So this is set up now, so let's try a movie. Right, so I've booted up Robin up Prince of Thieves. Obviously with that test pattern, it was allowing for the black edges. Don't forget every key video today. There are links in the description below for the best place to get those home cinema products. Make sure you check those out at the end of this video. Right, so I hope you enjoyed that brief look at my new 4K projector. The screen I did move. The issue I've got with my screen as well, it doesn't lock off. I have to keep pressing the buttons up and down, and I'm that scared of it rolling fully out. I'm not sure if it's because it's been in storage for nearly 2 years or whether it's been just knocked in the truck or something when it's moved. I don't know. We're still upgrading to an 160 inch, and I will share that when I pick up that new screen. So I hope you enjoyed that quick, brief look at my new Sony projector. I know I went for one that's a little bit old, but this was a reference quality projector about 6 years ago, and for the amount of hours it's done, I thought it was an absolute bargain. So comment down below if you've got this Sony projector, what you think of it. At the moment, I'm quite impressed. Still got to watch a few more movies on it, but I will give you a follow-up review of it as that goes. Picture-wise, compared to my full HD projector, I can see a massive difference in it. I mean, the picture quality in the HW65 blew me away when I got it, but I just thought it was about time I upgraded to 4K. I didn't want to dive in spending thousands on a laser projector when I can just buy a second-hand one that's been looked after and then eventually just change the bulb in it. Again, I'd like to thank you all for watching. Keep supporting physical media, and I'll catch you next one.